This is the Lego city I want. And this is the Lego city I have. There's half-completed builds everywhere, like this half-tiled river that ends abruptly, an instruction booklet in the middle of nowhere, and of course, why wouldn't I have the Hogwarts staircase tower laying in the middle of what's supposed to be the Black Lake? Not to mention the dusting responsibilities I've clearly neglected for far too long, and it's gotten a little out of hand. So join me on this adventure as I plan and start building my dream Lego city.
When my husband and I first decided to start a Lego city, we had all of these grandiose plans of what we would put on the table, how we would put the forest together, all of the great fantasy builds that we could do utilizing existing Lego sets. And even through watching other content creators on YouTube, we thought this can't be that hard. We'll use sets we already have, put some landscaping around it. How difficult could this really be? Anytime we decided to start working on the Lego city, we very quickly talked ourselves into, well, let's just build a set instead. Let's follow some set instructions, because that was much easier. So I've come to the realization that it's really a lack of building skills and confidence really holding me back from building out the Lego city to what I really want it to be. And I'm afraid to start, even though starting to build is what will make me better. And I can't get better until I start to build, but I don't want to build until I get better, and it goes on and on. And so I never get better. But this ends now. I officially refuse to hold myself back any longer. So let's start building this medieval fantasy fairy tale forest land that I want this city to be. And, hopefully along the way I can learn some amazing advanced Lego building techniques and become the Lego master that I've always wanted to be. First things first, we need to clear this table off. We have so many sets like Thor's hammer or the haunted house that just do not belong here, but have been set here due to a lack of space. So let's clear everything off and let's get to doing a little bit of dusting, or a lot of bit of dusting. Let's do this.
As a data analyst by day, I love researching, and I always dive headfirst into learning everything I can about an interest or a hobby. So when I first saw the concept of a Lego city, I knew I had to learn everything I could about how to make and start the best one. So this really led me to the idea of Mills plates, or modular integrated landscaping system. Simply put, it's a system that allows you to create landscaping using a modular approach. So it's really easy to move base plates around as I'm doing here, and it allows you to really make sure that everything stays lined up. You don't have to continue to rebuild uh, every time you want to be moving something around. So it's really also great just to create more realistic looking landscapes. You can utilize the height and the depth that it gives you to create different types of mountains or hills or any body of water, really. Like many other Lego collectors that you've probably seen on YouTube, I'm also using some classic IKEA pieces. I'm using Billy bookcases along the walls for all of the display sets, and I really love the Lego on the white background. To me, it just looks so clean, sleek, and streamlined. And then, of course, the Linman tables for the city. I absolutely one day want to build my own custom table that is much sturdier than these, but I'm honestly kind of viewing that as a milestone reward for myself. Once I've actually built something and filled the space that I already have, then I can make something larger and much sturdier. But that being said, IKEA is absolutely a great place to start. They are unfortunately just some cheaper materials and a little easier to deform under the weight of the Lego. But with what you've seen on this table, for only 2 years, I am already experiencing some of those issues, specifically where the tables meet, just not being level. But for now, these absolutely work great. But I know it's just a problem that I'm going to need to solve for sometime in the near future as I continue to add weight to these tables.
Okay, well, with that, I think it's time to go over the plan.
So I have 3 criteria for this enchanted forest city. Number one, being just a little bit of a Harry Potter enthusiast. Hogwarts and the grounds are definitely a requirement. What can I say? I am a millennial through and through. The second requirement is a castle and an entire medieval town area. And lastly, arguably the most important part of an enchanted forest is absolutely the forest. Starting with the Harry Potter theme first, my husband and I put together a massive Great Hall from Rebrickable, which is a website where anyone can upload their own instructions. So we built this set from Brick Sanchez, and it's amazing. But I do want to level up my own building skills just a bit before I keep adding to it, because I don't want this to look like baby's my first Lego build. So, with that for now, I only want to dedicate enough space for the Great Hall, but I absolutely want Hagrid's hut and the Quidditch pitch. Those feel very doable. I already have a fully enclosed Hagrid's hut, which is great. All I'll really need to do there is maybe add some landscaping, perhaps elevate it in some way. And I have 2 of the retired Quidditch match sets, which I think is a great starting place. The towers and a lot of that build is pretty blocky, pretty square, which, Lego really lends its shape to. And so I think that'll be a great place for me to really start honing some of those mock skills. Moving on to the castle and the medieval area. As you saw, I do have the newer Lion Knight's castle, and I definitely want that to be the focal point here, with the town kind of right outside of it, and that's where I think I can place the blacksmith and the new medieval town square that came out earlier this year that I still have to build. And that's going to give me a lot of chances to add additional things to the town, like stables and animals. Maybe I could even add a tavern slash an inn of some sort and a bakehouse, because those minifigs will obviously need somewhere to eat and drink and rest after a long day's travel. Now, as we make our way to the center of the table, this is just going to be trees for days. It's going to be very part intensive, but within those trees, there are so many opportunities to really practice my storytelling. I know that I want a forestman and mushroom faction. I recently actually purchased the mushroom house from the Bricklink designer program. So it's going to be some time before that comes in, but that's absolutely going to be an add to the table. I want to add things like fairies and gnomes and any sort of magical creature. And as a Disney adult, if space allows, I would absolutely love to include some additional Disney stories like Winnie the Pooh, Tinkerbell, Robin Hood would fit really great, or even Pocahontas. There are just truly so many options that would fit perfectly in the forest. And with the recent CMF series that came out, there's so many different characters to work with.
Okay, so we're on day 2 of this project. So I've got a new outfit. I just got my hair done, so I am fresh and ready to go. I am so excited that this table is about to have Lego back on it, and we're really going to get started here. So with that being said, I really would actually love to hear from you guys. Please comment down below. What stories do you want to see here? Are there any specific characters or factions that you want to see in the forest, or really across the whole table for that matter? Feedback is actually really incredibly important to me in my everyday. I think it's good to know if someone likes or doesn't like something, especially if I'm looking for that feedback. And truthfully, I think more creative brains are better than one. So if there's anything that you would like to see, please let me know down below, and let's see what we can build here. Before I can put any Lego back on this table, I do need to go through and dust every single stud. As you saw, everything here was a complete mess, extremely dirty. So, with that fresh, clean start we're looking for, we kinda need to clean the Lego. So through the magic of video editing that is time travel, Sorry, I did not want to bore you with that extremely monotonous chore, but the Lego is dusted. I have spent the last couple hours getting everything prepped and ready to go for what's going back on the table. I am so thrilled. This is the step that I have been waiting for. I am a touch sad. I know it's going to look a little sad compared to what it was, just in terms of volume, right? What is now on the table? There's going to be probably a lot more white table space seen, but that is okay. I know that we're going to build upon it. We're only going to be adding things that I really want to add. It's not going to look as cluttered, and I think that's really going to be a win. So let's start placing Lego. Oops. Oh my God, that was almost disastrous. That's fine. No one ever needs to know. And it didn't happen, so everything's fine. Okay, and that is a wrap, guys. This was so much more work than I ever thought it was going to be. Just the paring down, the planning, the cleaning, but it was 100% totally worth it. So very, very excited that it is done and we have gotten this far. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to follow along and watch this enchanted forest come to life, if you would like to watch me learn how to build Lego, then please consider subscribing. And thank you so much for stopping by. I'll see you next time. Luna, get down. Want to be in the video? Yeah, you're just eyeing the Lego, huh?